Let's work on osaikomi, concept of osaikomi, osaikomi waza. Osaikomi, osai means to immobilize or to press down or control, okay, and put in place, okay, and, or to hold in place. To add the osaikomi, the komi is actually applying that hold or that immobilization. So osaikomi, the osaikomi means to apply an immobilization, okay? And you think about, we were talking about learning the language, Jim. This is a good example of this is what the Japanese mean in this. It's not just a pin for a quick, two shoulders on the mat, 1 second count, 2 second count. It's not that. You've got to hold him for a period of time. Waza is the technical, the technique of it, okay, the skill of it. So it's the skill of holding and applying a hold. Okay, that's what it is, osaikomi waza. And don't think of these different pins as they were, because they are pins, I guess. You're pinning them to the ground and holding. We'll call them pins for sake of brevity. But don't think of them as individual things. They all work together. They all blend together. Okay? Because if you're good at holding someone for time, and that's what they are, they're holding them for a period of time. Now, I may have to work from one thing to another to keep working. We've talked about this from time to time in training, this normal training, but it's very true here, and I want to point this out here in this session on osaikomi. Also, there are several purposes for doing an osaikomi, okay, historically and that still apply every day. One is, what are the rules of the sport, like in judo now, the current rules in the IJF and most judo rules, if you hold them for 25 seconds, you'll win by ippon, okay, or 20 seconds, whatever it is. For a while it was 30, when I was competing it was 30. Years ago, I think prior to 1930 or so, which is a little before my time even, but it's still, it was a minute. It was a minute, you hold him for a minute. And the referee just said, oh, he's had enough, ippon, okay, and total victory. All right, so it's changed over the years. So, but like in Sambo or freestyle judo, you pick up 4 points if you hold him for 20 seconds. So in other words, to win or to accrue points, to get an advantage over opponent. That's one. Another one is, and the primary reason historically, and we still work it, is to hold them there long enough to set them up for a finish, a submission technique. Or if you're an MMA fighter, to ground and pound or something, you're pinning him, controlling him to finish him off. Okay, that's what the point of an osaikomi is for that. Or another one, to make it so darn uncomfortable he taps out. Okay, you just squeeze him so hard, and squeeze the air out of him, and he'll tap out from the pressure of the hold. So they're kind of about 3 real primary purposes of an osaikomi. Okay, so we're going to cover, to start, we'll do them individually, but we'll also remember they all blend together. Okay, and what I like to teach, and you guys have been with me a long time, we're going to cover it briefly because most everybody here knows it well, is Mune Gatame, or the chest hold. Okay. So we'll look at that, okay? So the first thing, I've get him, I've broken him down, he's on his back, he's at some point, again, we're not going to cover the turnovers or breakdowns, we just got him here, okay? Here he is, boom, he's on his back. So let's look at the basics of Mune Gatame, all right? So he's down, one knee, close to the head, an underhook. Now you can do this over, but I don't want him to bridge off his head. I don't want to give him a point where he can bridge. So if I can nullify that by hooking, keeping my elbow on the ground, there we go, okay, and I can control him better, okay? That really is a good control point. A lot of people will do this, and that's fine to see he can turn and get away. So I don't want him to have that ability to bridge off the head. So hook there, control. Now notice my elbow is close to the knee. See that? And notice how my knees are wide, my hips are quite low, all right? Chest is chest, all right? Because I want to stay low on him till I can manipulate him better. So here we are here. And now I can grab in here, I can grab the gi, but what I want to do with the other hand, I want to just pop it up and catch it. I can grab here and post here, and grab my hands. Any way to hold him where I'm locking his upper body in place. So we're looking at good upper body control here. So in case Mune Gatame is a chest hold, because you're using the chest and the upper body to press him down to the mat. Okay, that's the concept here. So there we go, like that. However I hold. No gi, you can grab the armpit, grab whatever, hook up, however you got it. So here we are, and I'm riding here. Now, if I'm just using this to hold them, I can flatten out, I can sit through, whatever it may be, to whatever I need to do to keep my base. Notice my base, my knees are wide, my hips are low, my feet are fairly close together. But I may just have to flatten out where I'm digging my feet in like this, tight tripod them, whatever, or sit through. In any event, see how I can do all this stuff. And from here I can shift into a variation of case of Gatame. So that's why they say they all blend together. So don't think you have, but you can keep this too. Notice where, squish them, you know, where it takes the air out, that type of thing. But here's your base. So here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you get the good Mune Gatame, okay? Lock in place just like this. Also, you can, another thing just occurred to me is, Sandy, come on over here. We're going to aim at the feet. By the way, everybody, Sandy's doing the videotaping here. Okay, I can hook here, I can control, or I can grab something, but I want to keep his head controlled. Now, if I see that for some reason he's, you know, turning into me or whatever, okay, this hand, I may just continue to hold here, you know, like I've got a good grip here, somehow hold the gi, whatever. I can put my hand inside to hand check it to keep him from turning into me. Because his best defense right at this point is to try to turn into me and shrimp into me. And if I see him controlling up here and I'm blocking here, that keeps that from happening. And if he's getting too frisky with it, I'll say, okay, forget that. I can hook here, grab my belt, and lock him tight. Okay, if I got a belt. If I don't have a belt, I can just hook under my leg, like that. Or the more common thing you see in judo a lot is between the legs and holding the, if you can hold the back of the apron here, like this, and hold like this, or you can flatten out, you know, you can sit through. You know, you'll see all these, this hurts, and it's easy, you didn't like that neck thing, you know, nobody does. But see it like that? That's a really good one too, okay? And keep them low, okay? But, or, I like the one near one because it really pins his leg in tight to you. And there's a Yoko Shiho Gatame, side four corner hold. See how they all blend together? I started with Mune Gatame. You know, I could have shifted to a case of variation. Come back here. Okay, so turn it into me. I'll hand check it. Okay, never mind. I'll grab him, tie him up, and keep him there. Okay? Again, the more standard way is here. You can grab the ankle, whatever, to tie it up. You know, anything you want to do to keep them down. That's the idea. So I'm going to have you guys do that now. We'll start with Mune. Get a good solid base. Okay? Here's the little drill. Now here like this. I'll start with this. I'm sorry. Here like this. Okay. Now once you got it, okay. Now I'm going to have you flatten out. Okay. I can feel that. A lot of kids do this in judo. Basic judo move. Great move. Sit through. Okay. We'll do that. Okay. Next one. Get a hold of his collar. Come back. Come back. Go ahead. Hand, keep him from, you know, hand check him. Work on that. I say, okay, now come over to the top. Grab the near one. Grab your own belt. Lock it. See how I've got his head control, shoulders control, hips, and legs. Okay? Got that one. Then we'll finish. Standard. Grab the apron here wherever you want. If you can grab the belt, fine. But grab this. Now notice the distribution of the chest. Always on him. And the hips are always low. You might even come up high at some point, but that's kind of dangerous. He could swing in and possibly get out. There you go. I don't want that to happen. Okay? So let's work on that little series to start. We good? Okay. I did a lot of yapping, but it's worth it. I want you to do it.